Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video, and today I will be checking out the new album from Bilmuri, Goblin Hours. I have done both of the singles on the channel. The Void Approacheth is definitely my favorite of the two singles, though I really enjoy both of them and am excited to check out the sound on the full album. The Void Approacheth, it's got so many factors that make it my favorite, and I could talk a little bit more about that maybe in the outro after I've heard the album, but I will do this like I do all my other album or EP reactions. I will leave the beginning and end of the singles in this reaction video just so the order of the album is still clear, but I will, skip the majority of the, the songs because I already have them on the channel and I'm not truly like reacting to them, and I'll talk at the outro as I always do. So that will be the format. All of Bilmuri's social media as well as the premiere video from the album that I'm using, that will be in the description of this video. I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it. I forgot that I did not do the corn-fed Yetis music video in my reaction video so that I could do it for the album, so we will listen to that full thing. But I do have the Void Approacheth on the channel. Here we go, Goblin Hours. Better get water now. So official.
Good evening, everyone. This is the Goblin King. If you notice, my mouth is currently not moving. Now, what you are witnessing is a true telepathic connection between the Murray Naish. All of our neurons are combined together to create one ethereal plane. AKA, we didn't have enough time to animate the mouth. Please consider buying some merch.
Link in the description. Oh, here we go. So I've heard this song, and now I've heard it a lot of times, but I've not seen the video.
Reflections of the moon so lifeless, and I liked it better when I could feel my lungs, no emptiness. Pull my head to the sink, I've never felt so low, and I can't hold my breath, feel it when
I love this part here.
Silence, 'cause I hear enough of the voices in the silence. No, but I get afraid that if I open up my eyelids, that I won't feel nothing at all. Don't need to catch me if I fall, and I don't ever want to feel like this. No, there's a poison in my chest. And I can't hold my breath, feel it when I'm alone. Dig the glass through my neck till there's no feeling left. Drown myself for the high again. Pull my hand to the sink, push it down, let me scream, let me cry, let me beg. Not for life, but for death. I am so sick of the sickness. Send me away to the infinite stars, somewhere I never existed. Show me the light at the end of the dark.
We're gonna have more Goblin Hours.
Pull my head to the sink, I never felt so
How's it going? It's a cold one in the vast void of space, but you know it's not cold.
Merch.
Bilmuri merch
Yeah.
is an absolute heat-born, fire god-worthy material that will make you look like an absolute champion. Visit murraymerch.com for wares.
Oh, my jam. I have listened to this a stupid amount of times and I will not stop.
My mind's a dangerous thing. Oh, it's a boxing match and I'm dying in the ring.
Bilmuri is on such an accelerated timeline too. Like, we just did this video. It feels like, at least.
With hearts of stone, out with a mind still cut, screaming I'm not enough. The silence is deafening. Feels like this weight will never leave. 'Cause you made me feel so hollow. But this trauma echoes. I'm breathing, but I still feel. Now it's golden silent guys, wrapped in holy skies. They tried to change the colors of my blood. Left with a barely beating heart, tear my chest apart. You made me feel like I wasn't enough. This trauma echoes. This trauma echoes.
There's a lot of noise, so I was moving the mic.
I'm breathing, but I still feel haunted, hollow. But it's still so toxic. I spend my nights trying to let go, but this trauma echoes.
Oh, this is the first interlude, I believe. Very.
If only I was wrong.
Oh.
Then we would wake in morning.
Ooh, featuring Seneca.
Tired eyes of blue, waiting for night's belonging. All this aching in my heart. Where
Really? Ooh. Muscle-bound Denizen.
그성한까지 하려 노력하지만 정말 졌다 모르겠어 다시 달려 open every door 건화 I could be better I run to the exit in every direction I'ma still give it up They created hope I so decay I couldn't pay home It can't sustain So scared It burns through glass eyes Another lifeless heart
Oh.
The dust melts It shows a silence doesn't matter. I can't make the exit. I'm hurt by the one I know I should be. They created home.
I want to look at the feature. Oh, it doesn't say a feature. Oh, I just don't think they're listed.
It can't sustain. It can't sustain. I can take it all time and take it down. Somewhere away. Need a honest idea to go with.
You could hear their vocals. Layered together before. Oh.
That's all that made my anus pucker. It was so good. If you would like the sickest tone on this side of the planet, pick up the hog drive pedal at TalonElectric.com.
Oh, maybe I just didn't pay attention. Wow, imagine Anabolic featuring Spencer Stewart of the band Camino.
To let go, loosen up my fingers. This I won't hold another night along the winter. And I count my steps.
Visualizers.
Runs through my feet along the
okay, no, because it's saying up on the screen.
Your arms are tired from the dead weight.
Oh, maybe at the top. Okay.
I see it on your face. You blur me out. You hear the voices get too loud. The corners of your eyes still have shut and cutting through the surface. I hate the way I pull you under, cause I should know better. I see it on your face. You blur me out. You hear the voices get too loud. You're screaming now.
Oh, yep. I will be putting this one on repeat.
Try to hide it just to calm the silence. Your arms are tired from the dead weight. You try to hide it just to calm the silence.
All right.
Get to
That's the one. With that Bilmuri sound. Anabolic Spudsman. That's my favorite one so far, including the singles. Like featuring Dayseeker.
Feel my chest caving from the cold. Somewhere I feel safe in to loosen up the sutures all around me. Stitching through my head, flood my surroundings. I'm not enough. I trace the pattern, but it's not enough to erase the damage, so I leave it. Stay away so they won't see it. On my face so they believe it. But I know it won't cut. So I isolate. Drag my spirit down, still wondering why I feel there's no life left in me.
I'm sorry.
I can't walk through my hopeless gravity. It's killing me. So I isolate. Is it so hard to breathe? Now you're gone, and I am unraveling. I don't wanna feel like I am drowning. A dagger in my heart when you're around me. I'm not enough. So I isolate. Drag my spirit down, still wondering why I feel there's no life left in me. 'Cause I can't walk through my hopeless gravity. 'Cause it's killing me. So I isolate to lose that I exist. And I can't move when I still feel like this. I'm so afraid when the silence is suffocating me.
Such sad lyrics, but I
Feels
hear
like
that.
I can't breathe.
Perfect feature for this sort of sound, I think, too.
So I isolate. Drag my spirit down, still wondering why I feel there's no life left in me. 'Cause I can't walk through my hopeless gravity. 'Cause it's killing me. So I isolate.
Ooh, all tying together here.
I leave it. Stay away so they won't see it. On my face so they believe it. But I know it won't
Man, that is just. We will discuss, of course. Okay, so it's the interludes that are featuring Seneca, who has my, like, is on one of my favorite Bilmuri choruses ever. Level 99. I can't link that in the description. You could look it up. Every link ever, just.
And sometimes it's hard to forget the ones that I loved and the life that we had is colder now. does it feel to always remain in the back of my head, wanting this to get better? It's felt like this forever.
Vascular Demi-Goth featuring Laur, Elle.
Still locked away from me. The quiet after the high, so solitary, and it stays there. And I cannot run, still covered inside my lungs. Inside a slow motion crash, I lost control again. Wrap my neck around
Taking its time.
same solution, same result. I'm still screaming out of ghosts, lighting fires
Ooh.
just to make me alive. Burn my cold eyes to feel the warm amnesia. Couldn't escape, so I tried to brace for the afterglow. I can't stand away, 'cause the quiet leaves me haunted, and they tell me I'm no good, but I'm way too nice without 'em, so I let the silence break.
Definitely these little details that tie this album's sound together incredibly well. Well, big details too.
Lighting fires just to make me alive. Burn my cold eyes to feel the warm amnesia. Someone but heaven, a frozen desert. It feels like this winter is never ending. I'm still screaming out of ghosts. Lighting fires just to make me alive. Burn my cold eyes to feel the warm amnesia. I feel the warm amnesia.
Wow, we're almost to the end of this album, and it was a journey, powerful experience, a masterpiece. But actually, I worked incredibly hard on this album, and there's one song left, and I
Closer.
got something really important to tell you. It's near and dear to my heart, so I thought I'd come to this space station just to let you know. But it's kind of hard to talk about this, but we do have merch for sale at Murray Merch. I'll fuck around. Just go pick some up, support your boys, so we can live our dreams and do what we love. Enjoy this last one.
The closer. Swamp Creature, the Firebreather. Enrose?
Think about it. Just think about
Okay.
it. I cry sometimes. I nothing to do about it. So the time it washes through me, on my mind for just a second. Feel it all then, I feel nothing, just my mind in endless gravity. I think I heard myself 1,000 times in my head, 'cause I can't get control inside. I think I hate myself, look in my eyes, 'cause I'm trying my best just to stay alive. Bleeding everything through a million tiny cuts, pouring over me. I never feel like I'm enough until holding
That is a
on my
very-
head with my hands around my neck. The void never leaves. Endless gravity. I think I heard myself 1,000 times in my head, 'cause I can't get control inside. I think I hate myself, look in my eyes, 'cause I'm trying my best to keep hold of the moment. Stop for a second, burn all the ashes right off my tongue. The gravity's frozen, I can't seem to focus. When everyone breathes, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. I think I've heard myself 1,000
pick it up.
times in my head, 'cause I can't get control inside. I think I hate myself, look in my eyes, 'cause I'm trying my best just to stay alive.
I really like that one a lot too.
Hey, thanks for listening
That
to
chorus.
my album, Goblin Hours. I appreciate you guys a lot. Actually, so much. Thank you for allowing me to do stupid shit like this and allowing me to make music for a living. It's sweet, and I can't do it without you guys. So truly, thank you very much. And hope you have a good day.
Bilmuri, Goblin Hours. Let's discuss. Anabolic, Spudsman, and Swamp Breather, or Swamp Creature, the Fire Breather, would be my favorite tracks after one listen to the album, but I'm very happy with this. Anabolic, Spudsman felt like definitely a different vibe than I was given from the two singles, which I don't go in expecting any Bilmuri album to sound, in one. Bilmuri is one of the best at blending genres in my listening and in my world, in my opinion and such. So I never go in expecting like one thing or another, but I think that each one has a fairly present fairly present theme, or like an audible theme or something that you can hear. I feel like when Lord Farquaad came out before the last album, 400-Pound Back Squat, that was a really good peek into that album, but there certainly were songs that, that I think that could be compared to how I felt listening to Anabolic, Spudsman. But beyond that, that sound itself, it's almost like got that groove of nodding past what a lot of what I listen to normally references. I listen to a lot of stuff that's newer and stuff, and Bilmuri, of course, sounds very fresh, very new, uses a lot of stuff that is very present and such, but the groove and almost like how I would say Fallback by the band Nightlife, the groove in that song, it's just very reminiscent of like a different time, but also feels very different in the context that these bands have used it in, and I am such a sucker for that, because it's like a smooth sounding groove, but at the same time brings in elements of like post-hardcore, and Johnny's voice has, especially with some of the topics, like reoccurring things that I've noticed with Bilmuri would be like not being enough, and more and more this album, I think there were 2 different places on these like non-singles where I heard that Swamp Creature, the Firebreather, it being very reoccurring there, but Eggy Pocket, that's something that you can find on Fluoride and the Hard Seltzer Water, just as you listen through and really pay attention and sort of connect with the songs. That's something that I found. So while there are like some of these like reoccurring sad lyrical themes and such, at the same time just introducing more and more pop elements and groove and stuff like that, I find to be so interesting. And like I had mentioned in some of the single videos that I've done, and really when I talk about Bilmuri, I feel like I'm constantly saying this, but being able to refresh that original sound, if you go back to the very first Bilmuri album, or you even go to the first few Bilmuri albums and you listen through, a lot of people, whenever a new Bilmuri album comes out, they'll always say like, oh, this is no, if they're like really attached to the older albums. But what's really neat about this, the newer sounds and the more Bilmuri evolves, I feel like you can always hear that foundation that this music has built off of, if that makes sense. So I can always, if you listen hard enough or you look for those similarities and stuff, like you can find them in this new music, but it's very, very refreshed, and each album feels like it sort of is like placed in what the sound Bilmuri is built. Does that make sense? Like I feel like some bands you could jump around their discography and it doesn't feel like it's that sound sort of refreshed and pointed and such, but if you listen from album 1 all the way through this discography, I feel like that's something that you'd be able to hear, or that's something at least I can hear when I do that. So anyway, I'm very happy with this, as I mentioned, with my favorites, but also the amount of like sax and stuff that you'll be able to hear in this. That is what's like very standout for me, because not only those things I was just mentioning and really going into detail with, but in the choruses, huge choruses, like as you close out the album, that's a perfect example of it. But each song has a chorus that I feel like at one point will be stuck in my head, and that is always the case with Bilmuri. There are certain bands that know exactly how to craft a chorus. This is one that always comes to mind. So at this point, I feel like I'm almost just ranting about how good Bilmuri is, but I'm constantly impressed with, especially at the rate that the albums come out. Every year we get a Bilmuri album, 2 Bilmuri albums, most likely. It's a very consistent release schedule. So the fact that the quality doesn't dip and it continues to be these releases with so much effort put into the details, the way the merch is advertised in the album premiere and the album videos and stuff, it's just really admirable to me, I feel. So all of that put together, mixed with, Hogman's Delight is an example of kind of using a feature. So that's the only feature where I knew the person prior to listening to the song, the Dayseeker. Actually, that's untrue. Seneca, I do know, and I found Seneca through a different feature from another band, but I really enjoy the Bilmuri feature for Level 99. But anyway, now I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Hogman's Delight. So that song really sort of, when you see the Dayseeker feature again, and there's reoccurring features in the discography, it's also impressive to me that they're able to sort of switch up the sounds that they're doing. And given Rory is able to be in Hurtwave and Dayseeker, and those are 2 different sounds, I would say, while sort of some of what we heard on that Hurtwave EP, I feel like we've heard with new Dayseeker. And, that makes sense given the members of Hurtwave being Dayseeker, but they really tapped into like that more synth sound and stuff. So not just the refresh in Bilmuri in general, but in the use of features and stuff, being able to reuse people for features and not have it sound like the same song. That's what I mean. So that's what stands out to me the most after my first listen. I love this. I'll be going to listen to those tracks mentioned, but also the singles, all of the non-singles, no skips for me. I won't include the interludes every time, I don't think. Maybe... Yeah, I don't think every time, but they won't be like every time skip for me either. Somewhere in the middle. So those are my thoughts. I will link all of Bilmuri's merch links and social media, all of that good stuff in the description of this video. Make sure if you're able to, you go ahead and check that out. Other than that, you can also find my link tree, which will have all of the stuff. It normally has the invite for the Discord server, which I talk about in every video. We have music-related conversation and channels at the channel to show off merch collections and new merch that you get, that sort of thing. Last FM stats, new music forums and spoiler threads and listening parties, all sorts of stuff. And then we have channels unrelated to music as well. So if you're interested in coming to join, check out the community. That will be there, as well as my Instagram profile link, where I post all music related content, a chart every Friday of what I've listened to the most over the course of the week and how much I've listened to each thing on the chart. I post my merch collection, which I am constantly adding to. I post about shows, if I've been to a show recently and have pictures or videos to share, that sort of stuff. So my handle on there is the same as my YouTube channel. It is Rachel Reacts, but again, it will be in that link tree in the description if you have any interest in following me. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.